Welcome to today's Deep Dive. I'm Freedom Flicker, and today we're tackling a major geopolitical event that's making headlines around the world. On August 30th, 2025, just hours ago, Israel confirmed it conducted a targeted airstrike in Sana'a, the capital of Yemen, killing Ahmed al-Houthi, the prime minister of the Houthi rebel-controlled government. This strike marks a significant escalation in the ongoing conflict between Israel and the Iran-backed Houthi militants, a conflict that's been simmering for nearly 2 years as a spillover from the Gaza war. In this video, we'll break down what happened, the context behind this strike, the reactions from both sides, and what it could mean for the region. We'll also explore the broader implications for global security and the ongoing power struggles in the Middle East. So, grab a coffee, settle in, and let's get started. This video is based on the latest reports from sources like NPR, Fox News, and Wikipedia, updated as of 9:04 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on August 30th, 2025. Let's dive into the details. Let's start with the facts. According to the Israeli Defense Forces, the airstrike took place on Thursday, August 28th, 2025, targeting a meeting of Houthi leaders in a villa in Beit Boz, a historic village in southern Sana'a. The Israeli Air Force used rapid intelligence operations to pinpoint and eliminate Ahmed al-Houthi, the Houthi prime minister, along with several senior officials. Reports suggest the strike may have also killed the Houthi defense minister and military chief, though this is still under verification. The Houthis confirmed the attack, calling it a cowardly Israeli aggression. Yemeni health officials and tribal leaders, speaking anonymously, reported multiple casualties, with some estimates suggesting up to 6 deaths and dozens injured. The Israeli military described the target as a Houthi terrorist regime military compound, justifying the strike as a response to repeated Houthi attacks on Israeli territory, including a recent missile launch with a cluster bomb warhead on August 22. This wasn't an isolated incident. The strike is part of a series of Israeli operations against the Houthis, with at least 15 attacks since July 2024. Just days ago, on August 24th, Israel hit Sana'a with 35 munitions, targeting power plants and military sites. The latest strike, however, stands out due to the high-profile target. Al-Houhi's death is being called a serious setback for the Houthis by analysts like Ahmed Nagy from the crisis group International.so. Why now? The timing coincides with heightened tensions following the Houthis' use of banned cluster munitions, a move that prompted Israel to retaliate swiftly. The strike also comes as the Houthis continue their campaign of attacking commercial ships in the Red Sea, disrupting global trade routes in solidarity with Palestinians in Gaza. To understand this strike, we need to look at the bigger picture. The conflict between Israel and the Houthis is a spillover from the war in Gaza, which began in October 2023 between Israel and Hamas. The Houthis, an Iran-backed Shia militant group, have controlled much of northwestern Yemen since 2014, following a civil war that ousted the internationally recognized government. Since the Gaza conflict escalated, the Houthis have launched over 200 missiles and drones at Israel, most intercepted, and attacked dozens of commercial ships in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. Israel's response has been methodical. Since July 2024, the Israeli military has conducted multiple strikes on Houthi targets, including the port of Hodeidah and power plants in Sana'a. A notable operation on June 10th involved the Israeli Navy hitting Hodeidah from hundreds of kilometers away, a rare long-range naval strike. These attacks aim to disrupt Houthi military capabilities and send a message to their backer, Iran. The Houthis, however, see themselves as part of a broader axis of resistance against Israel and the West. Their attacks on shipping have drawn international attention, with the US and UK launching their own strikes on Houthi targets in 2024 to protect maritime routes. Yet, the Houthis remain defiant, vowing to continue until Israel provides humanitarian aid to Gaza, a demand Israel has rejected. This strike on al-Houthi escalates the stakes. Losing a prime minister, especially one involved in governance and military coordination, could weaken Houthi leadership at a critical time. Analysts suggest Iran may step up support to compensate, potentially fueling further conflict. Meanwhile, Yemen's civil war, already one of the world's worst humanitarian crises, could worsen with more Israeli involvement. The reactions to this strike are pouring in. The Houthis have vowed revenge, releasing a statement calling al-Rahawi a martyr and promising to intensify attacks on Israel and its allies. Iran, the Houthis' primary supporter, condemned the strike as a war crime, with Tehran's foreign ministry warning of severe consequences. This could mean increased Iranian support, including advanced weaponry, to the Houthis. That Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu defended the strike, stating, "Anyone who attacks us will face our full might." Defense Minister Israel Katz echoed this, threatening further strikes on Tehran if the Houthis persist. The U.S., a key Israeli ally, has remained cautious, with the State Department calling for de-escalation while acknowledging Israel's right to self-defense. Regionally, Saudi Arabia and Oman, both involved in Yemen's peace process, expressed concern. Saudi Arabia, which has fought the Houthis in a years-long war, may see this as an opportunity to weaken their rival, while Oman, a neutral mediator, called for a ceasefire. The United Nations has yet to issue an official statement, but is likely to condemn the use of force. Globally, the strike raises questions about maritime security. The Red Sea, a vital trade route handling 12% of global shipping, remains at risk. Insurance rates for vessels have spiked, and companies are rerouting around Africa, adding costs and delays. The U.S. and UK may increase naval patrols, potentially drawing NATO into a broader conflict. For Yemen, the humanitarian toll is dire. With millions displaced and facing famine, this strike could disrupt aid deliveries, especially after Yemenia suspended flights to Sana'a following earlier attacks. Analysts warn of a new refugee crisis if the conflict intensifies. So what does this mean moving forward? The killing of al-Rahawi is a tactical win for Israel, disrupting Houthi leadership and signaling resolve. However, it risks a strategic loss if it galvanizes the Houthis and their allies. Historical precedents, like the 2020 U.S. drone strike on Iranian General Qasem Soleimani, show that high-profile assassinations can escalate rather than deter conflicts. That Iran's response will be key. If Tehran ramps up arms supplies, the Houthis could deploy more sophisticated weapons, challenging Israel's defenses. Israel, in turn, might expand its campaign, potentially targeting Iranian assets directly, as Katz hinted. This could drag the U.S. and its allies deeper into the fray, especially if Houthi attacks on shipping intensify. For Yemen, the strike complicates peace efforts. The UN-backed truce between the Houthis and the Yemeni government, fragile since 2022, could collapse. With no clear successor to al-Rahawi, internal Houthi power struggles might emerge, further destabilizing the region. Long-term, this conflict could reshape Middle East alliances. Saudi Arabia might align more closely with Israel against Iran, while Russia and China could exploit the chaos to expand influence. The global community faces a dilemma: ignore the strike and risk emboldening militants, or intervene and risk a wider war. That will keep monitoring this story. What are your thoughts? Drop them in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.